All right, it's an awesome weekend here in New York. It's probably the nicest weekend weather-wise that we've had all year. And I decided today we're gonna check out the most expensive real estate development in US history. And it's down at Hudson Yards, so let's head over there. We're up here on the High Line, which is an elevated sidewalk on the west side of Manhattan that spans probably 10 or 20 blocks alongside Hudson Yards. As I said before, Hudson Yards is one of the most expensive real estate projects in US history. After all is said and done, the project cost $25 billion. Now, they broke ground in 2012 and they expect complete construction in 2024. And while $25 billion might seem like a lot of money, Hudson Yards actually spans 28 acres here on the west side of Manhattan. So if you know anything about Manhattan real estate, $25 billion almost sounds like a deal. What's very interesting is that this site was assessed to be a number of different things before it actually became Hudson Yards. Sometime before 2012, this was going to be the site for the 2012 Olympics. Now, New York City was putting their bid in, and the whole idea was they were going to build this massive West Side stadium here on the west side, right on the Hudson River. It was going to kill traffic and snarl the city, so I think most New Yorkers are happy that we lost the bid. But in 2012, Hudson Yards picked up their project here, and they started what is now known as Hudson Yards. And the focal point of this area is this structure right here that they call the Vessel. It's a huge piece of artwork that we're gonna go take a look at now. Okay, there's no good place to put my tripod, so I'm gonna head to this vlog style, but this is the Vessel behind me. I'll try to give you a better look. So the Vessel is the focal point here at Hudson Yards. It costs approximately $200 million to build. What's really interesting about the construction is that it's made up of 87 individual pieces. Each piece was individually fabricated in Italy. They shipped them over to the port of Newark, and each piece was put on a barge and floated up here to Hudson Yards, where it was assembled right here on site. The entire structure altogether is 154 flights, somewhere around 2,500 steps. So if you walked each one of the steps here, each one of the flights, you would cover a mile. So it's a pretty massive structure. In doing a lot of the research to go here, I found an article in Fortune that said this was New York City's response to the Eiffel Tower. Now, I really don't think you can compare the two. If you know anything about the Eiffel Tower, it was created in 1889 to be the entrance of the World's Fair. It was actually designed to be taken apart because they didn't want it to last that long. It was an eyesore in France, but the people of France and the people around the world came to love it. And now when people think of France or think of Paris, they always think of the Eiffel Tower. I don't think you can compare the two. The Vessel is pretty beautiful, but I think the Eiffel Tower has a lot more historical significance. It's freezing out here. It's really, really windy, and I imagine it's gonna be much, much colder at the top, but let's go check it out anyway. Okay, now we're like in the center of the honeycomb. You can see that. So now we have to take the 1,000 some odd steps, I guess, probably to the top. You can see how many stories there really is. All right, 1,000 steps is probably an exaggeration. If this whole thing is 2,500 steps, it's probably only a few hundred to the top. I've only been walking for a minute or two and I'm already kind of halfway. You can see the park down there. So it's pretty much cool views sort of the whole way up, because off to my side here, I don't know if you can see, is the Hudson River, and then it's uptown that way, and there's probably a little sliver of like the Empire State Building or something once we get towards the top, but we'll have to see when we get there. Okay, we've reached the top. Behind me is the Hudson River, and if we spin around, it's sort of like the back end of the honeycomb, and then it dips down into that big middle portion right there. So this isn't quite as tall as I thought it was. It's 150 feet tall. So I guess if the story is about 10 feet, it's about the height of a 15-story building. Still pretty high. You can see there's not really like any ledge here. To be honest, it doesn't seem like the safest thing in the world. We're pretty high up if you can get like a view like that. So there's nothing really protecting you other than the railing, but it's pretty cool. It's easy to get up here. You get a ticket, you wait like an hour for your time slot to get up, and then you climb to the top. It only takes probably like 5 minutes to get to the top. Hope you guys enjoyed our trip to New York's newest destination. If you like these videos and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys later.